won't even focus now. Revelations. Oops. Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 14:12 is one of my ones I point out all the time, because I don't know if you can see that, people, and I don't know what I can do to change that, but how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Okay, so Lucifer's in there, but here they do day star, O day star, son of the morning. Here they do star of the morning, son of the dawn. Do you think that's clear between these Bibles on what they're meaning? No, because the alternative Bibles sell deception. Oh, shiny star, son of the morning. No, see, there's another thing. Star. Lucifer was an angel. Star. Are the stars the sons of God and they're angels? Morning star. Oh, day star, son of the dawn. Okay, how art thou fallen from heaven, morning star? Now, why that's so bad, if you go to Revelations 19:1, it tells us if you follow Jesus, no, that's Revelations, excuse me, Revelations 2:28, I believe, or 29. Okay, 28. Okay, and it says, sorry about this attack on my phone here. And I will call him, and I will give him the morning star. Whoops. Come on. Okay. So, if Jesus will give you the morning star, why did they call Lucifer the morning star? Well, because Jesus is the bright and morning star in Revelations 22. And he's the bright one because he's in charge of the morning stars. So he's brighter than the other stars, and that's how you know who Jesus is.
Hey, Mike Gyver. I'm going to answer your question that you had on Isaiah 14:12, and I'm going to leave Hireling in on this one too, because he was saying the same thing about how all the newer versions of the Bible keep in O day star and take out Lucifer. Now I'm going to give you my reasoning as to why I think that. Now, the first thing I think we got to get clear is that right there is the Holy Bible, the 1611 King James original photocopy edition, just like Brian Dindlinger had on his program. So it's the actual authentic 1611 photocopy Bible, and it's going to be important here in a minute. That over there is your pagan Bible that you wouldn't accept, and I've been keeping track to make sure that it still had the proper words, even though that naughty cover was on there. These are the verses that came from Hireling and Mike Gyver that they were interested in. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So that's one more that I've been given that's been in this Bible that's pagan and no good, according to Hireling. But I want to go to the KJV over here, and whenever you go to chapter 14, verse 12, that's how most people are introduced to it. They don't have the introduction of the full chapter, but let's just do it like they'd be introduced to it. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Now it's capitalized. It looks like a name. But who are they talking about here? They're talking about a king, a Babylonian king, but who? His name's not Lucifer. He's talking about Nebuchadnezzar. And the chapter 14, it's the restoration of Israel. And the Lord gave Isaiah a prophecy to give to the king of Babylon. Right here. It says, proverb against Babylon. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. That would be over here, chapter 12. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground? Same thing. It's the same person they're talking to. And where I have these little circles, it's your pronouns. Just insert Nebuchadnezzar. It gives it a little more persona, I guess, to the verses as you read it. 5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled against the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. So that's King Nebuchadnezzar being persecuted. The whole earth is at rest, and it is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Yes, these trees are metaphors for something. Yes, they are. 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones from the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So at Nebuchadnezzar's downfall, he's going to be brought before all of his peers, and they're all going to see him for what he was. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into the heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? That made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and slayed thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Now, these are the people, these were the kings and everything that he was brought before his peers, and he's not going to get a burial. He's not going to be remembered like all these other ones. Lucifer was called a morning star. That was Latin for morning star, which was Venus, the brightest star in the morning that could be seen before the sun came up. And all the kings of nations, they were known, it's almost like a club, I guess you would say. All the kings of nations, they were known as morning stars. And this morning star fell through his pride. And that's my take on it. But when you look in here, in the Bible that we agreed upon, hopefully, you go to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Now, it does say Lucifer there, but the funny thing is, remember, that's Latin. That's from the Vulgate. It's not Hillel. That would have been Hebrew. I'm asking, why is there a Latin name in the Hebrew portion of the Bible? It's from the Vulgate. And the Greek, when they interpreted it, left it as Lucifer, because it meant the shining one. They didn't know what to do with it. But anyways, over here it says, or O day star. Now all those Bibles that people have a problem with, they should have a problem with the original being told. They should have a problem with the original. All these side notes and everything like this, it's not me that wrote it. It's from 400 years ago. It's just me that's showing it to you. That's why they call me Satanist and everything like that, because I'm going to show it to you. But this is supposed to be the 1611 original Bible. This is supposed to be the one that's the same as all the other ones, the 1611s. But they're not. That's why I'm saying. So I guess maybe the question should be, Mike, Hireling, why am I not allowed to show people this? This is the Bible, isn't it? This is the one they told me was the Bible. This is the one Brian Dundelinger said was the Bible. So why can't I show him this? And if the Bible has in there, or O Day Star, now you can't say, well, that's only on the side notes. It can't stay in there. Give me a break, please. They would have wrote this out a long time ago if it was going to be that big of a problem. That's why they wrote that in there. It's Latin. And that's my opinion.